Do you know that your YouTube About page is an important part of your channel? In this video, I'm going to show you how to edit the information there and what information you should be putting on your YouTube About page. Hey there, I'm Kevin Kolbe, and I love helping people like you share your gifts and make an impact in the world with online video. If that sounds great, hit that subscribe button. So in this video, I'm going to take you behind the scenes of a YouTube channel coaching session I did with my good buddy John Finch from The Father Effect. Specifically in this video, we're talking about the About page, how to edit it, what information to put there, and how you need to be using it to do more for your channel. So one of the things I was going to show you that I think you ought to maybe think about tweaking a little bit more is your About section. The About section is, believe it or not, is one of the places that people go to find out a lot about who is this. Now, I mean, they may be going to your, they may be watching on mobile and stuff like that. But I think for a channel like yours, where there's a lot of great content that I may consume over a longer period of time, I may want to know more about what is this Father Effect about and what is John about and stuff like that. So the About section I would treat as you're just having that conversation about what it is and what it's about. And it's also when you comment, and I think it works this way, and when you're scrolling through feeds, it'll pull up like the first sentence or two. And so you want to be careful what you say there. So like if it was like the Father Effect is, helping fathers everywhere be better dads, I would lead with that. So the first thing you see is a web address. And one of the things that a lot of folks don't know, or they just don't think about, is links in your About section aren't linked. So there's no hyperlink there. And I see people do this all the time, is that they'll, hey, follow me here and do that, and I can click on this all day long and nothing's going to happen. Now I can copy and paste and stuff like that. So I wouldn't lead with this. In fact, I wouldn't even put that in there because you got it right here. Our purpose is in making this film is to create awareness and stuff like that. So here's my question. I mean, I realize that the Father Effect documentary launched all of this, but I think your channel has become more than just the movie. So I wonder if your About section shouldn't be more about what you're going to get on your YouTube channel. And then you can also say in there later about what it's about, because you have a lot you can write. You've heard the term above the fold, probably. So basically it's only going to cover two of these sentences. So here, I tell you what I'm going to show you is, let me do this. I'm going to go to my subscriptions, and they should come up right, here we go. My subscriptions, of which yours is one. And this will prove kind of what I was showing to you. So if I go down to, let's find you, Father Effect. Notice how it picks up that first two lines right there. So think about what's the most important things maybe you want, right? See, let's see, where did it stopped at about help them become. So this is what it's picking up to right there. So I would say maybe put something about what the mission of the channel is about, what you do. Because I know you do interviews and that's not on here. I know you talk with prominent folks and that's not on here. So think about what you want it to say. So that's the first thing in here I want you to check out. And I'm going to show you how to change this too. And your links. And your links show up here. You can have up to 5 links that are visible. But you can put as many links here as you want. So let's say you have your podcast. Let's say you write a book. Let's say you have your personal page. So when you go to the About section, you see all of this, but it's only going to be 5 you see up here. The reason I'm saying that is because you may decide at one point, like, let's say you release a book. It's a sequel or something like that. You could put the book right here, and you change it right here.
The picture, and I had somebody tell me this a year or so ago, like when you see the father effect in the picture, obviously that's a picture of one handsome dude, myself.
I was going to say, it looks like you.
No, actually, I think it was a paid model. It was a GQ guy. We had to pay a lot of money to take that picture.
He's the guy who told you to put the link in the description. In the about page.
It's that same guy. I had somebody tell me I've become the brand, right? I'm still a little, iffy with that whole thing, but I get it. Should I put the Father Effect logo, you think, in that little circle, or should I just leave my picture?
I wouldn't. I would leave your picture, but I think you bring up another point about the cover art, which is this. I mean, I've known you for quite a while, and I know that this was launched as part of the movie, right?
Yeah.
But this is bigger than the movie. So I think you need to think about the cover art. The reason I wouldn't do a logo there is because people resonate with faces more than logos. Now, there's exceptions. I don't know this, but Nike probably has a YouTube channel, and then they have the swoosh. There are some brands and companies that logo would fit perfect there and it would make sense. But again, if we go back to these are the channels I've subscribed to. Now, this is bigger than you're ever going to see it, right? Because this is usually what you see, this little bitty one, and it's even smaller. And then think about your phone. But look at this. Ecamm Network. So we're using Ecamm to record this. That's their logo. But look at the faces that pop out, right? And that was even the show I used to do with my buddy, and we manipulated that to get the two faces in there. Great Big Story, that's their logo, but that's on everything. And notice the color it fills it in. So what I would say is I would leave your face there. Now, what you might want to do, or the actor known as John Finch. What I would suggest doing is, though, it doesn't even have to be a more updated picture, but I would do something with high contrast and color. Again, these are just the channels that I'm associated with, but look at things that pop. There's Rob Balasabas, my buddy. Put his on a yellow background. You don't have to do that. The Deal Guy on a white background. So what I might suggest is we take this picture, and because it's kind of getting lost here, and we add a little color to it. Maybe take the background out. You don't have to, but I would leave your I'd leave your picture in there.
Okay.
And I would also, and this is a small thing, I wouldn't run all this together. I would have it read like this: The Father Effect. Is there a point in time where you want to be John Finch on here? John Finch, The Father Effect.
Should I put John Finch and then the Father Effect spelled out, or like a dash, or what would I change that to?
I don't know that I don't, at that point, from a search standpoint, it doesn't matter, because dashes and the lines and parentheses, those don't get picked up in search. But I think it comes down to, what do you want to be known more as? I mean, my business is Kevin Kolbe Media, but on YouTube I'm Kevin Kolbe. So it's a little different because my business is enough close to my name. I think it depends on how people interact with you, and if this is becoming bigger than the movie, not more important, just bigger, it may be that John Finch makes more sense. And then we could even talk on another session about your cover art here, where there's more of that stud picture of you, the leaning against, and John Finch, author, director of The Father Effect, helping fathers and their kids live a better life. It's that statement of what you offer, who you are, what it's about. Because right now, it does look like it's all about a movie.
No, and you're right. That's a perfect deal, because I hadn't even paid attention to that. And it's become so much more than a movie with our show now and all the interviews and everything else. The movie was just the catalyst.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love that.
There you go. Make sure you're using your YouTube About section to tell people more about what you do with your channel. And speaking of doing more with video, check out one of these videos here so you can do more and grow more with video. Remember to create something today that'll make an impact tomorrow.